Hello, and welcome to this video. Hello, welcome to the channel. Where's that road go? Where's that path go? I don't know. What I'm loosely thinking about doing here. Hello, welcome to the channel. Well, we'll just have a wee bit of an update. Today, well, yesterday I had quite a debate, let's say. It was a contentious debate with a guy called CIERAN Murphy. CIERAN Murphy! It's an old Stirling page. And the topic was the improvements, well, the changes, we'll call them changes, I don't think they're improvements, but the improvements to the Stirling railway station. Oh, that's electric car charging points there. Oh, wow, look at that. Well, I was going to go down that path. Electric car charging points, yeah. Yeah, so it was improvements to changes. So it looks like he's either blocked me. Well, so I'm trying to debate my. Let's say I'm trying to debate my my Renault Zoes. Oh, we've got two Renault Zoes, three Renault Zoes. Renault Zoes! Renault Zoes. The Renault Zoes. Stirling government dot. Waste of taxpayers' money. Now here we are, 1 o'clock in the afternoon. It's definitely a waste of taxpayers' money, yeah. There's no doubt about that. Anyway, so what the main thrust of the whole debate was, I said it was a colossal waste of money, was what they've done at Stirling railway station. So the whole thing started because somebody put a picture of what it was like, probably the early 70s. So basically you got out of the railway station and there's a taxi sitting waiting for you, got in the taxi, drove away. That's what it was like. But now what's going on here? But now it's not like that. What the hell? What's this for? It's not like that now. There must be a bit of a gorge or something down there. So what you do is you have to, oh God, brambles. You have to come out of the railway station and then walk across what used to be the old entrance, or what used to be where the taxis parked. Walk across a bike lane, walk across a pavement, walk across a road, and walk up a hill to get a taxi. So this guy, I mean, I'm finding it hard to really explain it, and the reason is it was quite empty. The whole argument was to cut a long short of it. He's a cyclist. So I even got accused of assuming his gender and everything. All sorts of weird things happened. So they've cleared that bit out, and it's weird, isn't it? Stop you falling down there. Is that what that fence is for? Yeah. So I was trying to be respectful, just kept being respectful, and in the end, I got kind of fed up of it, really. Wow, look at that. That's the lodge. How the fuck? You can do that if you tried. It's lodged sort of right between the wires. So the more we debated it, I hadn't really thought about it, but what they've done is, it's actually a danger to women, what they've done down there. Which is a very credible, it's a very credible criticism. It's a very credible criticism. You're a woman. Well, the reality is it's a danger to men and women, right? But let's just focus on the women aspect of it. You're a woman. You just got off a train. It's raining. It's dark. What do you do to get a taxi? You have to, you know, go across and up and over and round and up in the dark. You could be raped, murdered, assaulted, etc., etc. A man, you could be jumped, you know. Well, let's just stick to the women's side of it, because they're the ones that's woke with all this stuff, right? So, of course, he wasn't really having none of it, you know. But every time I seem to be getting the better of him every time. He just wasn't getting anywhere with his arguments. So he's went and deleted them all. Either that, he's blocked me. So CIERAN Murphy, you know, it turns out, well, it seems like he's a cyclist. I'm not even sure if he's a he actually. It's kind of irrelevant really, but so he accused me of assuming his gender and everything like that. And I says, well, because you're a man, you don't understand what it's like. So all the while I was sort of like poking at him quite a bit, you know, about all the different things. About, just getting on to him about it. And, well, look, I didn't even know there's an underpass here. Old steps up there. So essentially that's the main element of it, what he could, and he sort of dropped himself in it because he started going, he sort of admitted that it potentially is a danger to both men and women. Which it is. They spent billions on that. And the reason they've done it really is because of the reason they've done it is because it was because of the Scottish Greens and the SNP. So you only get green initiatives, you know. You don't get, so that's how they got the funding for it, was green initiatives, you know, as opposed to anything else. The normal cyclist cycling a bike, and that's how they got that's why they did it. That's why Stirling Council did it, was to get the funding to have the whole place improved, all the curbs fixed and pavements fixed, all the rest of it, and that's why they've done it. It's pretty obvious. So what I said, my initial comment was, we could have it all ripped out. Well, I suppose I really mean the bike lanes, eh? So really, what I was up against was, so the long and short of it is, we've got a bunch of cyclists, radicalised cyclists, extremists, who get to decide. They got to decide the design of the new railway station at Stirling. that's who was on the committee. That's who decides the 20 zones. So and because of the Scottish Greens, that's what's happened. We've got a bunch of cyclists deciding for everyone, and that's what that Ciaran Murphy's all about. And that's why he's went and deleted all his comments, and that because I made a complete arse of him in the debate. Because he didn't have the intellect to debate with me, that actually was a problem for him, but, or whatever the fuck he is. You know, we went over a whole range of different things, and he just wouldn't shut up, and he kept coming back. Eventually I went away. This went on all day yesterday. I stopped looking at it. It does get to you after a while. You know, the negative sort of type thing. So that's what you have. You've allowed a bunch of male cyclists to design a new railway station with no regard for women's safety. None. Obviously, I'm not your average woman. That's irrelevant. I thought I heard I did hear. Maybe going the other way. Right, let's go and have a look at St Ninians church. I don't know what that is in there. There's a guy with dogs in there. Oh, that's the church, dummy. That would be the old one. That would be the garden in there. And the signs: William Simpsons Home Cemetery, site maintained by Stirling for community men's group. And it's locked. It's locked. It's freaking me out a lot, see. Aye. So that's wow. It's locked. So right. This is my great-great-grandmother was married. Yeah. I assume it was... I don't know, which is the old one? Is that a new one, that one? Relatively speaking. Probably. Probably... It's on the... you know, the paperwork. I'm looking for a way to get in, is what I'm actually doing. So, yeah, might be there, climb up on there. It is always difficult doing it whilst holding the camera. Yeah, so the whole thing was what's happened in Scotland the last, because of the SNP and the Greens, it's gotten Alexander Johnston. We got a lot of these things that weren't really for the majority of the people, they were just for extremist ideologues. It's just pretty what's happening all over the United Kingdom, but it's sort of happened worse in Scotland. Well, that's quite interesting. Building. See that sort of feature up there? Locked. Oh, wheelie bin, old wheelie bins. The old wheelie bin technique. Yeah. 1816 Kirkwind. Aha, now we're talking Turkey Trocious. Ah! Push bike. Yeah. It's looking a bit. So it's. Let's even get a picture of it. It's a wall all the way around there. It's quite a big wall. Yeah. Oh yes. Interesting. Yeah. Interesting. Does it have brakes? Is this going to be dodgy? Yes, because it's going to fucking roll when you stand on it. So many people about. I can't even fucking get up here. Yeah. I think we'll do it round at the where the other bit was. That was as high as anything. Oh, grave. I end up breaking my neck here. Yeah, it's a bit of a reach. I think we'll. That pretty much looks like it's been abandoned. Doesn't it? What's that bit for? What's that? Oh, wow, that's old, isn't it? Yeah. This is the most. This would be the easiest bit to get in. Right there. Got to get in. Stirling Council. We're in. We're in! Oh, the graves are falling over. Ella Burton. It isn't a bit of a mess, isn't it, really? I mean, husband John Scott, 9th of September 1905. Mary Ann MacArthur. I mean, it's a bit of a sad state of affairs, isn't it, really? I would say. This is the reality of it. This is the reality of life and death, you know. So it's 1963, James Johnston. So you can think, oh well, I've got my plot and I'll be buried here, there and everywhere. And then you find that it gets closed off. The council doesn't have the money, you know. 1903, Janet Alexander, William. I mean, look how good that stone is, but they're all on the lean, aren't they? I think the reality. Well, look at them. Look at them. They're still square, level. Henry Stevenson, 1918. James Archibald. Alright, okay, you're going to read every freaking grave bit in here? Ah, well, probably. As far as I know my great-great-grandparents are buried at Holyrood, and my grandparents are buried at Logie. So, I mean, the chance of having somebody related to me in here is pretty high, yeah. But most of the graves you can't even read them anyway. You know, so Daniel Calder, Elizabeth Buchanan. That's the reality of it. That's the reality of life and death. Once you're dead, nobody cares. You're gone. It doesn't matter. You have a fancy stone all you like. Well, that's been kind of closed off by that fence. This park here, yeah. I was round there at that fence there. I couldn't get round to this bit, so what we'll do is we'll head off out and probably just climb back out the way we went in. James Curry. We'll get a picture. Stand back here and get a bit of a view of it. It'd be better if it was portrait, but right, it would be better, wouldn't it? Maybe I'd get the other device out to get a picture, because I can do it landscape. Come on! Oh look at that flowers in that. Look at the flowers there. Wow! How did it? Has that just survived? Right. That's me got a decent portrait picture of it. Let's see the name on this grave. William Bundy, Charles Bateman, 1987, died, age 78. I think that's really... Somebody's come and put a flower in there. Did they climb over the wall to do that? Do you know, I did a lot of prevarication today, and I actually had in mind to do this. And I couldn't make my mind up, and I was fucking hovering and hawing and humming and everything about it. Gillespie. It's another situation where this should be publicly accessible, you know, but the health and safety thing gets them every time, doesn't it? There's no arguing with health and safety, you know. It doesn't matter what you say, they'll have you with health and safety laws and rules. Adam MacLeod, Anne Napier, William Hunter. So what is this building here? Is this old church or something? Andrew MacDonald, aged 75 years. Well, I'm going to have to get going in a minute, but seems a bit close. Don't know what that old building is. I want to have a quick look round here. Margaret Wise. That's an impressive one, that one. That there. Peyton. Francis Gowan. Matthew Peyton. 2004. He's 101. God, well done. Francis Gowan. God, she was older than my grandparents. Died in 2004. Janet Payton. Bit of a... I could jump over there, but not with the camera. Not with the camera obscura. Climb over there, but then I'm stuck in there, aren't I? Wow. That was nice, wasn't it? It's 2 o'clock. Time to go home for some... I haven't even had anything to eat yet today. Nothing. Nothing. Time to go home for some lunch. And I'm going to do some work out the back. Was that a fox? What the fuck was that moved? I've seen something moving there. Maybe it was my imagination. Foxes will be asleep. Right, have a look in there. what can you see? Let's get a picture of this for here. I'm going to have to get out of here though, aren't I? Because I'm spending too much time here. It's all often when I'm like that in the mornings, it's terrible because I sat there staring at the computer, trying to figure out what to do. And it was on my mind to do this, I just couldn't make up my mind. So much to do at home. James Jeffrey, I just couldn't be arsed, and then eventually dragged myself out of the house. The main incentive for me to do these things is a sort of health thing, you know, the fucking ladder there. Aluminium ladder in the graveyard. All grown in with brambles. So we've aluminium ladder on the graveyard. Stand on the ladder. So what we've got today, a push bike, an aluminium ladder, which is all grown in, which is all overgrown. So I hope you enjoyed that little video. It's coming to an end shortly, but we'll do it once we cross the road. Sort of like new housing estate, probably, I don't know, 1980s, 1970s. Quite expensive, I imagine. Detached houses. Let's have a wee guess. A lot. I would say a lot. Probably 350,000. And somebody's going to... Oh, I had this guy having a go at me today about doing 55 miles per hour. Oh, I should go here. I actually really feel bad about turning my back on God. Garage A. McIntyre. Oh, welcome. That looks really well looked after. Look at that door. The door looks amazing. The building looks amazing. Doesn't it? Because a lot of churches and everything, you see them and they're sort of falling apart and everything. You know, one of the big problems for me to do anything at weekends is my sort of obsession with car boot sales. It means I never really get to go to anything other than a car boot sale. You know, which is a bit of an issue. It's a bit of an issue. I don't go to car shows either because I'd like to do car shows. I'd love to go to car shows. I really would. Press the button. Press it again, just for the camera. Oh, yeah, it's green. It's green. It's green. It's green. It's green. Don't need to press this one. So we'll go back this way. We'll do the loop. God, they're sitting there fucking ages. I caused that. I caused that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I caused it. I like to do a loop in my videos. You know, like I like to go in a loop. But don't know where that goes. So anyways, this guy, this is how you kind of win. Well, so what I do with the van, the Volkswagen van, it's 1995. It's a 2.5 diesel 5-cylinder. It's done 180,000 miles. I've had it since 2016, I think. And when I'm going in Edinburgh, I'll do 55 miles per hour, or maybe 60. So the title of the video was doing 55 on the motorway. That was the title of the video. So this guy comes on. How can you be so selfish? You're causing all sorts of woes, hold-ups, traffic jams, trucks getting, you know, and it's just like, so I thought, God, wait a minute, what's he on about? So I says, well, it is older, I don't really want to hammer it. Oh well, it's not roadworthy then, he says. So it's not road. He's one of the ones that you can't really win. So I did win. I got the necessary information. So, I mean, the speed limits are a bit confusing. I always thought it was 50 for a commercial vehicle. But as it happens, I once stayed in the Airbnb up there. Nice lady. That was about 2016. 17 actually. And I mean, it's confusing because trucks, EU laws have limiters. So I don't even know if I can explain this to you properly. And it's 56 miles per hour. But the speed limit's 70 in the motorway. You know, so for that reason, you know, I don't actually think 55 is that unreasonable. So, but I said to him, well, have you seen anybody getting held up? You know, in the video that I did, because there wasn't anybody getting held up. It was relatively quiet. And he just one of these miserable people. Called me a selfish idiot and everything. Really was being really ignorant. There's a lot of people who really don't know how to, you know, they just really are idiots. Well, it's him. He's talking about himself when he's saying selfish idiot. They don't really know how to communicate. So when I get these comments, I usually try and be logical and try not to react in a emotional manner. Otherwise I'll be just as bad as them, you see. There's a tin. I mean, times have changed, you know. Times have definitely changed. You know, oh, God, that's like months. It's fucking dye or something in it. So he wasn't pleased. Idiot. So I think 55 is okay. I get his point though. It's like, well. So the whole thing, funny thing about it is, 1 minute you're getting told you're going too fucking fast, and then you're getting told you're going too fucking slow. So you're never going to please everybody, you know. Is a real. God, why would you buy this and then that's twice, and it's like half full of that stuff? You know. What's it? Not bad sticks here. What about that one? Yeah, that one would go. That's a bit rotten. Aye. It's a bit rotten, but we'll take it anyway. I think it's about time we got this video ended. I'm boring you now. So it was just a case of you can't win them all, and there's always somebody on YouTube. It gives people, social media gives people something that they can really express. They can be really nasty to people without any accountability, or at least they think. They think there's no accountability, sort of thing. They think there isn't. Done. Right there. Ah, thorns! Bloody hell! Bloody thorns! This is where you get to see proponents of the Emperor's New Clothes running about in their electric motors and stuff. Hiya. Mostly I think I'm talking to myself in the wood. Right, time to go. Got some wood, got some tins. We're going. Where are we? This is NHS. I think you should get up this way. Did I walk in that way? Ah, this is where I walked. It just looks weird because this car park's busy, and there, that's where we were. There. Electric cars. Still sitting there. Still sitting there. The zoo. It's a zoo. It's a zoo. Renault Zoe. I always get that the wrong way around. Right, so today we've discussed how extremist ideologies can hold sway over mainstream opinion. So in Stirling, the railway station, infrastructure has had millions of pounds of our money used for the benefit, for the most part, of extremist type cyclists. Now the reason I say that is the majority of cyclists probably aren't interested in using it, and they don't, normal cyclists. So that's how they got their way, and we talked about it yesterday, and they've actually designed something for men, a railway station for men. So they've disregarded women's safety in the design of the layout, and I don't think they've even thought about it, and yesterday they got told about it. Well, on Facebook, you know. So that's what happened. So the thing to do is rip it out. I think everybody should be able to share. I'm going on about this all the time. I find people should be able to share the roads. You know, without all this narrowing the roads off. And the people that are losing out are the car drivers and the truck drivers and the van drivers. Ambulances, fire engines. It's like, get a grip of yourself. You morons that are coming away with this shit all the time. So, okay, like, I mean, all the time I've been going up and down there, you get like 2 bikes and say, well, they always come away with excuses. Oh, well, university's not open today. And then it's like, well, so you go some other time and you find it is open and there's only 2 or 3 bikes. I kind of get that with Stirling, that it's got universities, so it's going to have bikes, but I mean, it's all a bit ridiculous, isn't it? You know, fucking idiots, bams. The other thing is the 55. It's reasonable to drive along at 55, and what I do if trucks come up behind me, they overtake me, I drop the speed a bit just to let them in. But I'm well within my rights to drive along in my van. Now the thing is, I could have got into a bit of problem with that guy because the van's actually overloaded. There is a lot of wood about here. The van's actually overloaded, so it's a wonder he never pulled that one out of his hat. Oh, your van's overloaded! You know. Anyway, thanks for watching. There's Legoland. They call that Legoland. Please like, share and subscribe. We'll get you in the next video. Bye! Time I got going. It's from me, it's bye!